Yeah, I'm out with my mate Dr. Watson on this absolutely cracking start to the day. And today marks the start of another, I suppose, adventure, you could call it for me. I am going to launch my YouTube channel. Well, this is it actually. This is it. If you're watching this, you're already on it. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've been asked more than several times, would you put stuff on YouTube so I can share it with whoever? So after a bit of thought, I thought, you know, why not? Now, I have posted things on YouTube in the past, like most folk have, and you do leave yourself open to abuse, because that's the kind of world that we live in. But then I thought, so what? Then I thought, other than the football, what are you going to talk about? Well, let's start with him. Dr. Watson. There's a story there. Isn't there, mate? You daft old dog. Where are you going? And then there's the other one, the border collie, Marshall. Now, I've not seen him for a couple of weeks. He's been staying with my son-in-law. I can call him that now instead of my daughter's partner. Now they've got married. That's nice, that, to be able to call Jason son-in-law instead of partner. You see, I'm old school, me. That partner thing, it sounds like they're selling potpourri, doesn't it, on a market stall. He's my partner. We sell broken biscuits and potpourri. That's possibly just me. I don't know. I don't want to offend anybody, but it's just nice, that, just to be able to call him my son-in-law. Anyway, Marshall's with his family, and I get him back on Monday. So I won't have seen him for 2 weeks. And listen, Marshall's a giddy kipper if he's not seen me overnight, because obviously he likes coming to me because I take him on proper lengthy walks and spoil him rotten, because that's just the way I am. So it's like his birthday when he sees me. His little eyes light up. So what he's going to be like after a couple of weeks, I don't know, but I'm going to film it. So Monday when he comes back, I'll film that. There's a little episode all on its own. So what else are we going to talk about? Well, there's loads, isn't there? Because one thing I've learned while I've been doing these videos for the football is there's no such thing as an ordinary person. There isn't. Everybody I've met in their own way is extraordinary. They've all got stories to tell, and some of them are well worth telling. I have met some amazing people, done some quite amazing things. Little dead creature on the floor there. Tiny little, I think that were get off it, you dirty monkey. I think that were a shrew or something. Anyway, we'll crack on. Yeah, so I've met all these extraordinary people with wonderful stories. When you listen to them, you're literally taken aback sometimes. You know, the things that some people have gone through to get where they are just truly amazing. And then there's other things we can talk about. Mental health, that's a good one. Me getting towards 65 in a few weeks, I'm thinking maybe I can help somebody out talking about my experiences, things that I've been through. Maybe we could do that. But yes, we've got the football coming back up, haven't we? So that's obviously will feature quite big. Home and away, hopefully. I'll try and get to every game that I can. Obviously holidays perhaps will interfere with one or two, but me and my old pal Aidan, we'll be old pals on the road again. The friendlies start soon, and in a couple of weeks we've got a family fun day down at Gigg Lane, where I believe the first team will be training for the first time, so you can sit and watch them, and that'll be quite fascinating, that. So we've got that to look forward to. And here's a bit where I might leave myself open to a bit of ridicule, or a lot of ridicule, because it's something I want to tell you about, because it really helped me out. I've been having trouble for a while. What can we call it? A growth, if you want to call it that. I'll get the technical name for it. And I'd been putting off doing something about it because I was thinking, you know, I'm like in my 60s. Well, actually, I'd had it for a decade or more, and it really started to bother me. And I thought, I need to do something about that. But like, I mean, why would a 60-something-year-old man be bothered about things like that? And I thought, it's really, really starting to affect every day, because it's there and I can see it. So in the end, I did something about it, recommended by a friend. This clinic called Blemish, a wonderful lady that runs it called Jan Birch. I went for a consultation, and I'm going to tell you all about it in the next week. I've got some films, I can show you what I'm talking about exactly, so come back and watch that, because that was a life changer for me. Like I say, I'm leaving myself open to a bit of ridicule, but I don't care. If it helps just one person out, if one person that's struggling with something thinks, you know what, I'll have a consultation on this and see if we can sort this out, then it's worth it. I'm rambling a bit here. I didn't want to go on too long, because this is like launch day, isn't it? This is launch day. Other things, I've upgraded my equipment, and by that I mean my camera equipment. I'm not going back to the cosmetic thing. I've upgraded my camera equipment, and part of it could possibly be well worth watching on its own as I learn to use it. I'll show you that later on when I get back. I'll show you what I've invested in. Now this might all go pear-shaped very quickly, but I hope not, because there's people out there with some really fascinating stories that are well worth listening to. You know, we look at celebs and all these television mags, and they're everywhere, aren't they, telling their stories. Well, let me tell you, people that are called, I mentioned this a bit earlier, ordinary are anything but. They are extraordinary, and they've got stories worth listening to. So we had all that together. We've got the football starting again. We've got all the community stuff that they do down at Gigg Lane. There's loads of people there working really hard to push the club forward, and hopefully get to chat with all of them. Talk to supporters again. I've got an absolutely fascinating man, hopefully, who's struggling at the minute, really struggling with his health, but he's a fascinating man, a wonderful warrior, and I'm hoping he'll come on a video and tell us his little football story, which is, because of what he's going through, he's quite heartbreaking, but it's also proper northern humour, so that's worth looking out for. And like I said, when I get back later on, I'll show you this new equipment that I've bought. I could get myself in a lot of trouble with some of this, because I have no idea at this moment in time how to use it, but we'll learn together, eh? So if you're interested, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. I think that's what I'm supposed to tell you, and then when I post something new, you'll know. And if you want to share it, please do. I'd be grateful to you. I'd like to see it grow. I'd like to see it grow. And like I say, if I can help one person, make one person's day a bit better, make somebody smile, make somebody laugh, get an extra bum or two on seats down at Gigg Lane, then it's all been worthwhile. And I'll expand on everything as we move forward over the coming weeks, if you'll indulge me. And I appreciate everybody that's watched the videos that I've posted on Facebook and all the comments that I've received. I'm really grateful to everybody for that. So let's call this episode 1. Oh, and I've come up with a name. Are you ready? Right, you've got to give this a bit of thought, and I might have to change it. It's because I'm from Bury, yeah, which obviously you know. It's called Buried. So if I've come to talk to you, you've been buried with love. Do you get that? I'll write it out in the description, and then it looks better written down than me actually saying it. I might have to change that. Let me know what you think, if you can be bothered. So yeah, this is episode 1 of Buried with Love. we'll not wrap up just yet. When I get back, I'll show you these bits and pieces that I've bought, and hopefully you'll come on that journey of me learning to use the things that I've invested in. I'll be honest with you, I'm 65 in a few weeks, and these videos and talking to all you guys has given me a new lease of life. That in itself is a good thing. I can learn new skills, get to meet people. As you've probably worked out, I like talking, so it's all good, and I've actually got quite passionate about it all. So hopefully you will come along for the journey. So I'll wrap this up for now, but we'll pop back to mine and I can show you these things I've bought. Catch you later. Bye. Right, I'm back at base and I can show you all the bits and pieces that I've bought to help me with my new video channel on YouTube. This is the one that's going to cause all the problems. Bought a drone. I've absolutely no clue how to fly that thing. Not a clue. Microphones, some wireless, and one with a wind buffery thing on. The voice of Gigg Lane, Brian White, told me to get them, so I did. We've got enough GoPro cameras to film an episode of Top Gear, and a cracking Canon M50 camera on a gimbal. Now I know I can't use some of this in certain places, I get all that. Oh, and I've no intention of flying that drone over any public buildings or anywhere where it's going to cause a nuisance. I've got a few ideas what I'm going to use it for, but I've seen loads of YouTube videos where they just deliberately go out of their way to annoy people so they can get, they call themselves auditors, so they can get views. But we'll talk about that another time, my views on that. So there you go. I've got myself good to go, and I'm quite excited. I've no idea how to use some of it, but I'll learn. You've got to come with me for the maiden flight of this little fella here. I'm going to have to think of a name for that. I mean, it's got a face like an insect, hasn't it? We'll think of a name together for that one. So there you go. That is pretty much episode 1 of Buried with Love. Let's see how it goes. Like the drone, I could crash and burn. So hopefully see you again. Bye for now.